On Second Shot, we tackle 2 new headlines every week to find out what kind of wisdom the world is dishing out today. And we want you to be a part of that. When you see a headline you want to take a second shot at, or if you're looking for advice, or just want to tell us what you think of the show, email us at secondshotcast@gmail.com. If you like what you hear, rate us on iTunes. This helps us move up in the ratings so more people will see us. And if you want to hear more, subscribe to the show so that the new episodes will get straight to you every single Friday. We love you. Thanks for listening and enjoy.
There's a lot of news in the world today.
News that might surprise you, startle you, upset, or maybe impress.
News that's not always for the faint of heart.
That's why the man who failed his way to success, Heath Oakes, is stepping up.
Tackling today's headlines with ignorance on fire in a way only a millennial mogul can.
Take off your sport coat, grab a beer, and enjoy the conversation.
This is Second Shot with your host, Heath Oakes.
Young Zach is about as smooth as butter over there. Boy, I tell you
Smooth
what.
like X-Lax. That's me.
Yeah, my beautiful wife, Jenny.
Hey, guys.
Zach, Matt.
And gals.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Zach gets up like didn't have the clock started, gets up and kind of stumbles over there and grabs the remote. On the way back, he does like a half twirl and then drops the remote, trying to get in seat in time and slap on his headphones. And I was just laughing the whole time. Like,
it was good.
It was literally
turn.
It was smooth. It literally was like kind of like Michael Jackson and Thriller. It was so smooth.
We are not ballerinas here.
Yeah.
No. Fair, not coordinated. I'm an audio man, not a visual man. That's why we do this.
No ballet.
No.
Ballets.
Ballet.
Yeah.
Not on my watch, no.
Anybody been doing anything cool lately?
I'm looking for a house, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
House hunting.
Super excited to hear that
in the
pans
early
out.
stages of that. So it's the incredibly
exciting.
stressful stage right now where we don't know what we want and neither of us can agree on what's important or what's not. So and we just have a million things to look at. But it has been fun looking at the options.
You should try to build. It's really less stressful.
Yeah, you guys know from our stories that building's super easy and efficient.
Hey, on top of it, the irony is this past weekend, Jenny was the MC at the Dallas Builders Awards Association.
Oh, no.
And so I'm sitting there with all the builder stuff going, I hope y'all listen to the podcast because I slam you guys.
Fuming.
And
about
our
it.
builder was there and actually
wow.
was honored with several awards.
Yeah.
It was funny though because we're like, oh, so you built these other guys' houses?
Right.
What happened to ours? It's totally not his fault. I should just clarify that
Just
I'm
in case
totally
he
joking.
listens, yeah.
Well, no, it's really not his fault. It's just a lot of other details that
Yeah,
have
sure.
to happen.
I get it. Why not? Apparently, there's no time limit on these awards, right? As long as it gets done, I suppose that's
Right.
what's important. And hey, it'll be great when it's done.
Are
right?
you looking in
Yes.
this area where you...
Yeah, well, right now we're in Old Lake Highlands, which is by
Yeah.
White
Oh,
Rock
yeah.
Lake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And that area is just, I mean, it's crazy. Any house that sells there gets immediately bulldozed, and they just build a bigger
Yep.
one on
Totally.
the lot.
Yep.
Like, they're just selling stuff like crazy
Yep.
out there. So we're like, well, if we're going to look around, now's the time to look around, and see if we can find something with more than a postage stamp sized bathroom and things like that. So no, we're kind of looking in what I would say is the outskirts, like around the Bush Turnpike area. So Garland,
Great,
Wiley, McKinney, places like
Oh,
that.
Heath's salivating. That's where Heath would like
Well,
to go.
I want to be even further. I want to be
wants
like
to- yeah.
in Heath.
Yeah.
Oh,
town
wow.
Heath.
There's
Yeah.
a Heath, Texas, so then he,
Yeah,
you know.
we went and
obviously
looked at
wants to-
Forney, and I loved it out in Forney.
Sunnyvale.
Oh, yes.
But the drive was just going to be, it was going to be over an hour probably, and I was like, I don't want to do that. I love it out here. I love
That
the country.
Forney would be
and-
too far.
Yeah, it would be a little rough for me. So, and that's important. The commute is one thing that I'm thinking about. So we may end up not doing anything, but
You just, hey, at least you're going.
at least we're looking around.
Well, it's good to be aware because here's the other thing I think it sometimes does is when you see what else is out there and how much it is, it almost makes you appreciate what you do have.
Right.
Like, oh, you know what? This isn't that bad. And
Which
we
we
have
talked
some
about that
decent
on last
value.
episode, I think.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
talked about that a lot. And I'm like, oh, man, I'm just happy in our own house. Just
Speaking
doing
of
our
being
thing.
kind of happy and not, our first headline is like a perfect fit in, I think, with that.
Yeah, great segue. Science explains what happens to someone's brain from complaining every day. Heath, you know a little brain science. You taught me some stuff. So yeah, this is
Really hit on that first little highlighted part you had, but then at the end where you got it highlighted on the 3 different types, I think will be interesting to read.
Yeah. The human brain is remarkably malleable. Within the last 20 years, thanks to rapid development in the spheres of brain imaging and neuroscience, we can now say for certain that the brain is capable of re-engineering itself, right? That's how brains work. In the same way that we are kids and we get older and we learn things and you kind of develop a mannerism. Like in that same way, you can tweak that in a long enough timeline.
And it has it defined in 3 different categories, right, of complainers.
Right. Yes. Researchers from Clemson University empirically demonstrates that everybody complains on occasion, but in these 3 categories of complainers, these people seem to be a little bit more like, I guess it's the more you complain, the more you're prone to complain and continue doing it. And here's their 3 that they've got listed out here. They've got attention-seeking complainers, which are people who seek attention through complaining, dwelling on how they've got it worse than everybody else. Oh, poor me. You've got chronic complainers, people who are constantly complaining about something, not necessarily about them, but there's always a dark cloud over their head. And you've got people who are low EQ complainers. EQ is short for emotional quotient, which is emotional understanding, I guess. What
Understanding
IQ,
people.
what IQ is to intelligence, emotional is emotional
To understanding how
intelligence.
people work and operate.
Right, and
get
you've
along
got
with people.
You've got people who aren't so much interested in your perspective, your thoughts and feelings. They want somebody to return the volley. They just want to complain and have it come back at them. And okay, I feel good. I said that.
Yep.
I can move on. These are the 3 kinds of complainers they've listed here, and apparently, you keep doing this on a long enough timeline, your brain kind of ends up in a loop, and because of the shot of dopamine you get when you tell somebody your thoughts and they listen, you're more prone to do it again, and you develop a habit of complaining.
Well, and what's interesting too is I know we're going to sound like a broken record here whenever they listen to it all.
Yeah.
But
Like if people are binge listening episode after episode, which a lot of people do.
Is that the fix of it that they recommend is mindfulness and meditation daily.
Yeah.
And, we've talked a lot about mindfulness and meditation as I have that's the 15 to 20 minutes of meditation and type stuff is one of the best ways, because it's once you become mindful, you learn to really respond when your mind is thinking certain ways. And so when you're complaining and you're in that habit, if you're more mindful, you're going to catch yourself complaining, and you'll be able to stop that loop that's going on in your brain in order to come back and not be complaining. But I think it's interesting how they broke it out into 3 type of complainers too, because
fascinating.
I've kind of just always lumped complainers into one bucket of complainers, not the different ones. But I definitely understand. I know those different types of people of complaining for sure.
Right. People who want attention, people who don't really want attention but want to say it anyway, and people who don't really care what you think, I guess. They just want to shout it from the rooftops. Here, my life's bad, and here's why. It's tough. Yeah. Like it says in here, like everybody complains about something. Everybody's got something, and sometimes you need somebody to listen to, right? Why do people, you think, get so stuck on it? Because it's not good. It's toxic. It's bad.
Well, because people forget that,
they're not truly self-aware.
if you're trying to attract, like in any workplace, any situation, it's always best if people, it's not imperative that people like you, but it's ideal if people, I'm not saying like you, like they don't have to want to hang out with you after work, but they have to appreciate what you bring to the table. People forget that every time you drop a negative comment, or even just like any sort of negative energy, whereas hey, good morning, how are you? Ugh, tired, how are you? Anytime you drop something like that, while that may be a real feeling, it doesn't make them want to be around you more. And so, not that your entire goal in life is to make everybody like you, but if you're wanting everyone to be compatible with you in a work setting, you have to just really use those complaints wisely, because nobody's going to listen. It's like crying wolf with complaints. Nobody's going to listen if it's a perpetual down, 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 down. This person's bad. This person's bad. Surely everybody at work isn't bad. Surely, it's not that you never ever get a good night's sleep. Nothing good ever happens to you. It just doesn't.
You just don't see it. You don't seek it.
Yeah, but if you don't put it out there, you're never going to get it back. You're never going to get positivity back to you to like fill up your cup. So I also want to touch on, you brought up mindfulness and meditation, and I think that both of those words really like give people the heebie-jeebies, because it sounds very like mythical and out there and hippie and woo-woo and all these things that perhaps some business people are like, whoa, that is not my realm. I'm not going to be practicing yoga. So I want people to remember that there are so many different types of meditation. If you're an advanced practitioner, you understand this, know this, you do your thing. If you've never done it before, I would use a guided meditation. It's a certain type where somebody basically walks you through it. He's talked about the app.
Headspace app.
And there's a lot you can find for free on YouTube or whatever. I used this years and years and years ago with a therapist that I'd gone to, and she did sort of like would ding this gong and then like do a little guided meditation. And it was amazing for me. And the other thing we would do is I worked at Miraval Resort, which is this
high-end resort.
Yeah, really high-end
Overpriced.
mindfulness base. He thinks overpriced. I think not, because I worked there and I was amazing.
That's
but
the
we
vegan biscuits and gravy place.
Oh, you guys remember.
Yeah.
You guys remember.
Worthless.
So we did a mindfulness walk, and this is something everybody from every income level, every fitness level, every, chaos level can practice. And it was literally just a walk outside where all you did, your only goal was to notice everything, because sometimes it's very hard for people to meditate and really clear your mind, which is sort of what you're trying to do when you meditate. So instead of having the lofty goal of I'm going to clear my mind, have the goal of clear your mind of everything else that's happening except for what's on that walk. So you're walking, you
but
see
that's
the
just
concrete.
Meditating. That's all. That's learning
Right.
how
I'm
to
just
be mindful.
I'm just trying to explain to people how to do it for free. Like if people have no resources, no extra funds to pay a coach or download an app or whatever, just like, even if you just set your timer for 10 minutes, I'm going to just notice everything on this walk. Even if that's, wow, it's really hot. Wow, I'm really sweating. Oh, there's a bird. Oh, that's a cute kid right there. Oh, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot. I mean, anything like that where you're just
learning how
paying
your mind.
attention. Because what we do is we don't ever pay attention to what's happening in our lives, and we forget like what happens in the day. And so doing that practice, like that 10 minutes or however much away from your phone or away from even just chat or anything like that, is very valuable. And that's an easy way to do it. So anyway, I know I went off on a tangent, but it's just, I think mindfulness and meditation is sort of like weird to some people.
Well, and the thing to remember as well is that it's a habit loop. So sometimes there's people that start their day off listening to talk radio. Let's just say, for instance, and they get all riled up and mad when they get into politics stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then what happens is that sets them on a complaining all day. So to stop your habit loops, you have to start with whatever's triggering it. So if there's certain things, you've got to be mindful enough to realize what stuff kind of setting you off if you're one of those complainers. There's nothing positive about a complainer. Nobody likes them. Nobody wants to be around them. And I can't tell you is truly successful, fulfilled people. They're not complainers. So you may not even know that you are one. Nobody may have told you that. But I can tell you, look for the things that trigger your loops, the things that may start it off and then you kind of catch yourself complaining afterwards. Learn the mindfulness walk. I knew nothing about that till we did go to the Miraval thing, the Miraval thing. But I like it, and I think it's good. But that's why you learn how to control your mind, stop those loops, so you're not one of those people that your brain is just wrapped up with complaining nonstop. So I hope you're not one of those, and if you are, I'm hoping that maybe this will help you make on another one. And I hope that maybe you have enough guts to tell somebody that they are that type of person, so maybe they'll make a change as well. So we'll be back in a minute for the second segment of Second Shot.
He's a suit and tie kind of guy with deep Southern roots. Keith Oakes hosts more of Second Shot coming up on RNCN.
To all of my friends in the great state of Texas, if you have not taken advantage, I have a way to save you a ton of money. I have saved over about $3,000 in the last year, and I have no hassle. Go to energyogre.com, put in the promo code SECONDSHOT. Now listen, promo code SECONDSHOT, and you're going to get a free month just for signing up and saving a ton of money. So don't be crazy. Stop sitting around talking about is this the real deal, and go do it right now. energyogre.com, promo code SECONDSHOT, and a free month. Thanks. Go get it now. Run.
Ready? Aim. Fire. Second Shot is back for another round on RNCN.
Boom. Drops the mic.
But don't, because you have another segment.
Yeah, mics are expensive.
I know. Well, I can't. Luckily, I can't drop this one.
No.
Because it's connected.
Right.
Like, did you do this? No, y'all. Surely you didn't.
We did. Yeah, no,
right.
that was an in-house
Look,
job.
Zach, you lie to your friends, I lie to mine. We ain't got to lie to each other.
Okay, I'll be honest. I didn't do that.
Okay, there we go.
He said we.
That was it's true.
And we included the guy he hired.
I want to
Shall
give credit where it's
set you
due.
free.
Matt, did you actually drill these in? Was that
I
you?
did. Yes.
Okay. It was a
See, I
master
can
of
see that,
production.
though.
All right.
I would just not.
appreciate that.
You know,
Yeah.
Zach, I just don't see you as the handyman.
Whoa, you're totally profiling Zach.
Yeah.
Zach's got a lot of great
Whoa.
attributes.
Hey.
But am I lying? Are you a handyman?
A little bit.
Are you? Okay.
Sometimes.
See?
Yeah. little things. Yeah, I like to see if I can help out around the house.
I don't consider myself a handyman.
No?
So it's not like I'm like, downing you. I don't consider myself a handyman.
I don't want to put on false airs. I don't either. I can barely hang a picture straight.
Yeah.
Right.
And my wife hit me with, let's put up a bunch of shelves a couple weeks ago. So let's make a bunch of shelves and put them up. And I was like, I cannot imagine anything more stressful to me than trying to level a bunch of shelves that all have to be like organized together.
I'm just not patient enough. Like
No.
I want to half. I want.
You
I want
just do a hack job.
Yeah, I
It's
do.
like
Right.
it's like halfway.
I enjoy the challenge and like the puzzle of trying to do something like that, but then inevitably, my patience runs out, and then I'm just angry and like holding a hammer. And
And there are
Christine's
holes
like,
in walls.
Please just stop for 10 minutes and like go outside and take a walk.
Yeah.
Observe the world around you.
Mindfulness
Maybe.
walk.
Yeah, my dad was a school teacher, and he always taught me. He's like, you can either pay a mechanic to fix your car, or you can go buy the Haynes manual for $10 and fix it yourself. And I respect fixing it yourself. Damn if I don't struggle with it, but that's me.
I just don't always.
Kind of a
I
handyman.
just always go. There's so many other things I can be doing.
Yeah. I get
And
that.
I'm
Yeah.
like, look, I'm trying to keep small business alive.
Somebody's gotta.
Somebody's got to keep small business alive in
Right.
business. You know what I mean? That's who I am. That's
You're
the
a
kind of guy,
generous
just the
man,
kind of
babe.
guy I am. You
An
know?
entrepreneur.
Yeah,
through
that's
and
just.
through.
I'm just trying to help others.
Well, speaking of traditional profiles,
Yeah.
our second headline kind of fits in that mold a little bit, not too much.
Yeah.
Kelsey Martinez strengthens the Raiders as a first female assistant coach. She's an example of how initiative and work ethic can lead to an NFL opportunity at age 26, and she's a woman, which is not something you see every day in the National Football League. She joined the team in March. She's 2 weeks into her first training camp, and so far, the 80-plus players, nothing but respect for Miss Martinez, which is shocking. Apparently, she's not your average gym teacher kind of look. She's just a normal gal, and she's out there on the field with a whistle telling people what to do and how to get things done. And she had a couple lines in here I liked towards the end about this little profile on her. She said, "Don't create limits on yourself. There's many excuses or whatever that can be made, but at the end of the day, what do you love to do? I found what I love to do, and that's working for John Gruden, the coach, every day. Do you love what you do? And if not, why are you limiting yourself? And who are you if that's what you want?" I thought that was really neat.
I love it. I love everything about the story. I love the fact that she obviously is skilled enough for the job, like, because the guys all respect her this much that quick that you can tell it wasn't a media play to hire, to quote unquote hire a woman to say we got to, kind of making the move of that. Like, she obviously is by far very skilled and talented because everybody respects her immediately, and I think it's a good time. Mm-hmm. In San Antonio, Spurs has one of the first assistant female basketball coaches, and they say she's probably going to be heir to the throne of Popovich.
Wow.
But I love what she's saying there about not limiting yourself and how that she found what she loved and she worked tirelessly for that and did everything she could to get in that position. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people talk about, is it luck when people get their breakthroughs, right? When they find what they love to do or whatnot, or is that skill or is that talent? And they kind of go, it's all of the above. I can tell you this, that if you're not working on your skill and you're not talented, luck's not going to hit you. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to, luck's not going to find you if you're not skilled and talented for what you want to do and try and pursuing it, right? You have to be pursuing something and be throwing your name in there. Like, she had to apply for the job for her to potentially get the job, right? I mean, you don't just get luck. I mean, I believe that luck falls everybody's way. Just some people are not prepared for it, and some are.
Right. And
I do think that not enough people continue to pursue what they want because they listen to the limiters and the doubters around them. Like I've always said, there's so many times we listen to people that we are not striving to get what they want because we want way more than what they are, but we let them tell us what we can and cannot achieve, and we listen to it. It's look around your table and who's only bringing a fork.
Yeah.
You know how many people you got sitting around your table bringing forks, not bringing, a steak to the table or something to help cook. They're just bringing forks and trying to eat off of it. And we listen to those people that have limited dreams themselves. That's not going to help you any. Would you agree?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but when I think about her, I think about somebody who has a big responsibility.
For sure. Being the pioneer of it, too.
Yeah, because everybody's watching her. She has to be better than everyone around her. She has to be more on time, more on point, more, she has to be not that that's fair. It's just the way it's going to be for her in this position. So she's been given worked for a great gift and then given a great responsibility. And I think the thing I think about is, how amazing that is to know what you want to do. Because I think a lot of people at her age, at 26, it's incredibly young in the span of a career. A lot of people at 26 have no idea what they want to do, for the rest of their career. Maybe they're doing something they're not happy with. So I just think, man, that's something I wish for Brighton. I felt blessed to have known, I always knew what I wanted to do. So I think that saved me a lot of turmoil. I had plenty of turmoil in other areas, but in that one area, I was like, oh, okay, I got my break on this. And I think that it's important to listen to when you know what it is, know that that's a gift and follow it even if it seems crazy.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Because sometimes you know what it is in a very sharp way and those around you don't. And you kind of waffle a little bit thinking, oh, well, I don't know, maybe I should be an Instagram star. Maybe I should be a nurse. Maybe I should be a teacher. Maybe I should be a stay-at-home mom. Whatever those things are that may or may not be you. If you happen to be that person that knows, like, do not look around, don't compare, don't do anything, just like full steam ahead, because the results show with people like that who, if she would have looked around and seen the other coaches, she would look, oh, well, they don't look like me in any way,
I guarantee
race, age, gender.
I can guarantee you this too. I guarantee you she doesn't have people. She has removed people from her life that would doubt her in anything. Because you don't get where she doesn't take the chances to putting herself out there for that. She don't have there's 6 tables if there's 6 chairs at her table, there's not 5 other people just bringing forks. She's got herself surrounded by people that believe in her. They're helping her, and if she's ever had them, I bet you she got them out of the way. Because that's the difference, I believe, a lot of the times with people that are there and doing it. They make quick, decisive decisions when they see those complaining people, right, that we talked about in the last segment.
Yeah.
Or those people that only bring in the fort. They make decisive decisions and get them out of the way and move on from them. They don't hang around because that old nostalgia, oh, they're my old friend, I don't want to forget where I'm from. No, there are times you have to move on where you're from and from people that were there, that they're not doing anything but dragging you down. Don't hold on to that crap of, I can't forget where I'm from. Well, it's not forgetting where you're from when they're just sitting there bringing a fork to it and they're being nothing but complainers. You can't be around that.
I forget who it was. I want to say it was somebody like Kendrick Lamar in an interview. He had this little moment, and I don't listen to a lot of Kendrick Lamar, but he talked about relationships he's moved on from, and he's like, I don't mean just girlfriends, but like just people in your life. Like you don't understand, like to get to where you have to go, some of the hardest things you have to do is to cut people out who aren't on the same track and don't get it. And like it's okay, but like that people underestimate that. You think, oh, you're on top, you have a bunch of friends, you have a great network, but it's like, you don't get there without making a few tough choices, I guess. Yeah.
A lot of people won't do it. A lot of people won't make those calls.
Yeah.
I guarantee you she doesn't have 5 people at her table all with a fork. There's no way, because she
wouldn't have had the connection to have people even know who she was or get the application in, or I don't know, or just know what the recruiting thing is for that. Yeah.
She wouldn't have the confidence to go for it. I mean, confidence is built. I mean, it's since I've been married, I've gained more confidence because I have a partner in my life every day that builds confidence in me. You know what I mean? Like, and that's true. And I hope that's what Brighton gets from like us, right, as parents, and that I believe that is one of those biggest keys, that people won't take risk when they don't feel that the people around them are building that. And too many times we sit there over and over and over, and we'll complain about the complainers, but yet we won't cut it off. And all they're going to do is drag you down. You've got to move on from it. You've got to move on from the people that are going to hold you back, that are bringing the forks. You got to find the people that are going to be there bringing the steak and the potatoes and carrots and, carrots. I said carrots to the table.
He put in a veggie.
Veggies.
And, potato casserole. There you go.
That counts.
fried
Potato salad.
okra.
Fried okra. That's good. I like fried okra.
I know, babe.
Well, it's fried.
I truly believe that we do discount how important it is, because I believe a young lady like that, she has confidence. She has to have confidence. She has to have strong faith in her abilities to be not only a female, but a 26-year-old strength and conditioning coach at an NFL team, and for the players to have her respect. She's confident, and she knows what she is. That means she has strong, confident people around her. So I'm going to challenge you. It's not just you. It's not that you just don't have this confidence. It's that maybe you have the people around you not helping fill that bucket of confidence for you. Maybe you have the people that are complainers sitting in that loop of things, and you need to make those changes, cut the ties, find the ones that are there so that you can go out there and chase your dreams as well. So we got some cool stuff coming up on the third segment of Second Shot.
Now that's what I call ignorance on fire. More of Second Shot with Keith Oakes still to come.
You guys have been listening to Second Shot and hearing us talk about it. You need to go pick up my book, Ignorance on Fire, A Journey of Failing Your Way to Success. You can get it on Amazon in a paper book. You can also hear this beautiful voice of mine in audiobook style on Audible or anywhere you're going to get your audiobooks. Guys, this book took a lot of time to put into it, and I believe it can really be some life-changing stuff to help you on your path to success. And hopefully you're going to fail your way to success just like I did. Ignorance on Fire, A Journey of Failing Your Way to Success. Amazon.com, Audible.com, audiobooks, paper books, everything. Get it, share it with your people, and I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. Go pick it up today.
Kick off your boots or suit up. The choice is yours. Welcome back to Second Shot on RNCN.
Well, I got to tell you that I am almost confident that I feel Zach and Matt have been slacking in the Facebook group.
Ooh.
I mean, just slackers.
Oh.
When is the last
I throw
time?
some likes up there.
Some likes.
Hey, look, you got to
Some
support
likes.
people, right? You got to support people.
Well, you can like, comment, maybe throw a little
That's
something.
true. No,
I
I
mean,
need to. I've seen now. To
Pitiful.
be fair, I've seen Zach comment a few times.
Zach, I have seen. I mean, Matt's worse.
I'm not gonna. I'll put that on myself.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm bummed because I feel guilty,
I'm-
and I feel guilty because I think you might be right. Like,
I still love y'all.
thanks. Yeah, you're right. I gotta get in there and post something.
Second Shot Facebook group, guys. Go join it.
It's a
There's
good place.
things in there I take away, but like if you look at my man, I never post on Facebook. Like I'm a chronic Facebook cruiser and never an abuser. Like I just get on and look at it, and I don't post anything. And like you're right, I do nothing but post I gotta get in the weeds in the Second Shot post.
Here's the thing, I am notorious for being the same way. So I've had to make conscious efforts to do that. Like, because Jenny's great at that. Like Jenny's got 100-something thousand people following her on Facebook, but like in every post she makes, if people come, you'll see her responding.
I try to respond.
Lots of people.
Well,
and it's like it held me accountable because I was like, I have zero excuses.
Right.
When she can do it, then I can.
Yeah.
I do it at the gym, or I'll do it like on my gym warm up if I'm like on the bike or on the step mill or something like that. I'll try to. You should do it when you're at the gym, or like walk, or just
which is never.
Yeah, or before I go to bed, which is problematic. I don't recommend that. You guys do not have your cell phones in bed. It's the blue light. It's the whole thing. You will never sleep. You'll be a zombie like me. Don't do that. But respond.
Team No Sleep. Yeah, I've seen those.
Team No Sleep.
Yeah.
Team No Sleep is my team.
Like,
I don't want to be on the team. I'm trying to get off, but I just
gotcha.
it's not. It's trust me, it's
It's
not
not
a goal.
worked out very well.
Yeah, I've seen
No, it's a real like I really need to work on it. But when you're at the gym, for those of you who are not who go to the gym, you can respond.
Now so the Second Shot Facebook group, go join it. It's hopefully it's a group of people like-minded that share positivity, creativity, questions, and getting to know each other, and really build this community of second shooters, as somebody said in the group, even more and more.
Yeah, I've been impressed just how little we've had to, because we talked a little bit before we started it about we don't want any negativity, we don't want things, and I can't think, and maybe I just haven't noticed it.
It's all great.
I can't think of anything I've had to say that probably shouldn't be there, or I don't know about approving this or anything like that. Everything that gets posted in there is good stuff.
I think so too. It's really sharing in on that community. And you were talking about it, Matt, that after the last segment there on getting rid of some of the people in the negativity and stuff in your life. And that's what's great about this community, is that it's all a bunch of positive people. But you were talking about something on that topic.
Yeah, well, I've had that problem probably my whole life. I like to think the best of people, so
keep giving them chances.
If it's somebody who I'm friends with, who I've been friends with since when I was little, or an old relationship or something like that.
Yeah, I
will always be like, I don't want to cut this person out of my life. We may not be as close friends anymore, or we may not be dating anymore, or something like that. But I don't want to completely cut them off, because I feel bad.
They need you, right? Like you feel.
I guess. I don't know.
Because
and here recently, in the last few years, I've made steps to say, okay, if there's somebody that's causing drama, I had a couple friends that were just always they were either complaining or there was always something going on, or they would get mad and they would delete me from Facebook and then try to re-add me later on.
Like, ain't nobody got time for that.
Exactly. And then the last time it happened, the one in particular, the last time it happened, I just said, I'm not going to accept the friend request anymore. I'm just not going to do it anymore.
Done.
And
they were deleting and re-requesting?
Right. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, no.
And so I just made the point, and with other relationships I've done this as well, where I'm just like, I'm not going to try to contact them. I'm not going to be a jerk to them if I see them or if they try to say hello.
Yeah.
But I'm just not going to make an effort to keep them in my life. And as much stress as it put me through getting up to that point, afterwards, and then the months later where I'm thinking, I haven't thought about that person in forever, and I feel great. It's
the weight lifted off.
It's great. Yeah. If you're having that problem with someone in your life, I would say just try it.
Yeah.
Because the other side is better than you can imagine it to be.
I agree. It does truly feel like a weight lift off of you in a big way. And as everybody knows, on the third segment, we typically want to take your emails and stuff. So secondshotcast@gmail.com. Emails, questions, ideas, topics, anything you want or have, send them there.
Yeah.
Secondshotcast@gmail.com, and then go join the Facebook group Second Shot. So we got an email from Brenda Walker, our friend on the show.
Oh, hey,
Friend of the
Brenda.
show.
Because you asked on the last episode for her to email in and give an update, right?
How's she
Because
doing?
if everybody knows, Brenda was wrote in a while back, and she was looking for a new job, and she found one, and so she said that we're awesome, first of all.
Aww.
Yeah.
Thanks, Brenda. You
Give
too.
yourself a pat on the
agree.
back.
Yeah.
She goes, I have to admit that I keep hearing many companies are giving their employees the day, to work from home type thing. Mm-hmm. And she said that's what kind of something her job does as well. But she loves her new career. She loves her new job in all caps lock. She goes, I hope it's not too early, but I'm really loving it.
Ooh.
And she goes, she feels comfortable speaking up, ideas, beliefs, a new adventure in marketing. And the sad part is that when she's going through, whenever I hear from my friends from my job I was laid off from, they are so unhappy and feel the brand is horrible and all of that. But she said she's loving it. Next, she said, okay, Heath, save the best till the end. So a conversation came up Thursday last week where my office peeps who were young were asking for books to read, and she said, yep, you guessed it, your book is making the rounds in the office, and Simon Sinek, the book Why is going to be the next one. Thank you, Brenda. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For sharing my book with them. Thanks for being so great. Love the Facebook page and podcast. P.S. Jenny, suggestions on a good mommy group or to tag team with for motivation for working out.
Ooh.
I'm trying to find the right routine with new job, so used to working from home versus going into the office now. Ideas from other moms that are going through it would be great.
Yes, there are a bunch of, if she's talking about workouts. Is that what she said? Mommy group for working out?
Gym, yeah.
Okay, so here's my big tip. If you're looking for a gym to work out and then take your child to it, make sure they
are
are
a good mommy group to tag team with for. Jenny, suggestions on a good mommy group to tag team with for motivation for working out.
Yes, Fit for Mom. Fit the number 4 Mom. They do stroller classes. They do them early in the morning, like if you're for working moms, and then after work, so you take your baby, and that way you still I think that working parents struggle a lot with, you don't want to do something after work because that you already were away from your child for 7, 8, 9, 10 hours that day.
It's hard to make yourself do it.
It's hard to make, it's hard to really keep the motivation, but this way you can play with the child and they make it really fun too. So I don't regularly go to these classes just because
our daughter won't sit still.
We have a very extra child.
Jenny, try to take
trust that your child is not the same.
You're calling her extra? How old is she?
She is. Have you seen her?
No,
she is a complete spaz.
How old is she?
She jumped on the couch and off the couch yesterday. She is 14
I'm talking
months
about
old.
rolled off, hit her head on everything, not a peep. Stood back up and tried it again.
Champion.
Pure ignorance on fire, baby.
She is. So
Ignorance on
Fit
fire.
for Mom. I don't have any sort of official endorsement with them. I did some stories with them when I was pregnant, and then went to a couple classes. We tried it.
Jenny went to one or two with the stroller thing, and she came back looking like she was ready to just jump off a bridge because Brighton, you go in there, right, and it's supposed to be really cool, and Jenny was really looking forward to it.
All the other kids sat there. All the
other kids sitting there. The deal, and was going, and Brighton's going nonstop.
Oh,
Jenny looked like she was ready to pull her hair out.
Well, I was just like mortified. I'm like trying to find the place. I'm trying to figure out how to open the stroller. You guys know, like new moms know, it's like the first time you go out with them, you can't figure out the stroller and you're like, oh, and then you're like, wait, are they hungry? Is it their diaper? And like the other moms are like veteran moms, they've got like 2-3 kids and they're like whipping out the stroller, no big deal, on their phone, like looking great. And you're just like a complete mess.
And your child is going, bah!
Yeah. So but Fit for Mom is awesome. There are a bunch of different like franchises of it. And then there's also one at the Galleria Mall. I don't know what your location is. This is for Dallas Fort Worth, but Fit for Mom is all over the country. And then if you are, this is for everybody across the country, big tip for moms. If you are taking your child to a childcare, please ask if they are a licensed childcare facility, because there are some very high-end facilities that are not. So what that means, and it's totally okay if places don't change diapers and don't want to feed your children. The problem is with the background check. And I know this is tangent offside the second shot purpose. She was asking about it. So make sure that they are a licensed childcare facility, because that way you know that the person that you're with has
been through the background checks.
Yeah, background checks, CPRs, and you can find out who these people are. Otherwise, there's no, gosh, and I hate to like be that sort of fearful person, but I am, and you should be too. So anyway.
Well, you're a parent. That makes sense, right? That's what you do.
But you'd be shocked. I mean, these places are charging, a lot of money, $180 a month, and then $12 on top of that to take your child, and it's just these are not child care.
That's like to workout place is what you're talking about.
I would be shocked.
Yeah. So anyway, you just have to make sure that those places are legit. Also, another good group for moms. This is more so during the day. So this is more so if people have shifted, like shift work, or are off randomly during the week. MOPS, MOPS. Look it up. They are often Christian based, but everybody's welcome. All religions are welcome. So that's another good one that I found that I enjoy going to.
Huh. So here's another thing that I'm going to throw out here before we leave. From the time this episode is listened.
Okay.
And I want us to make sure we'll capture this is the first 5 people to email secondshotcast@gmail.com with anything about the show that they want to do, whether it's saying anything like that or whatever.
Anything.
Like an idea for a segment to do, or just you guys
stink. Okay, but like
email us and say, I love Zach. And if you want, I don't care.
Yeah. But said something of substance.
I mean, whatever they want. I'm not going to put parameters on them.
Okay.
The first 5.
Yeah.
And we'll put your address in it as well.
Ooh.
We'll mail the first 5 a Second Shot hat for free.
Really?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. And if you get it, you have to post a picture of yourself in it and tag us on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook.
So you definitely should do that anyway.
secondshotcast@gmail.com. The first 5 will get a hat, and I'll mail it to them as soon as we get that. So also, Second Shot Facebook group, secondshotcast@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Where can they find you at, Jenny?
On Instagram, Jenny Anchondo, Twitter, Jenny Anchondo TV, and Facebook, Jenny Anchondo. I'm also in the Second Shot group if you guys join.
I can be found at Apple Zackintosh on Twitter and Instagram, and I'm gonna post something in that Second Shot group this week. I can't have Heath throwing shade at me on the show. That simply I can't abide.
At Ignorance on Fire, at Heath Oaks, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I love you guys. See you next time.
Listening to RNCN, the digital destination for premium talk radio.